Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic book order late this evening because UPS decided to test our patience. And we will not be put off. We're doing our video and we're doing our pulls, so they can't stop us. Here we go. We're going to start with some of our trade paperbacks. Probably the biggest trade paperback we got in this week is Tom King's Mr. Miracle. If you've been enjoying Batman, the Rebirth Batman, here's your guy. A lot of people felt he really found his voice on Mr. Miracle. Here it is. We've got the trade paperback back into the store. Also some Harry Potter magnets for those of you who have artwork to hang on your refrigerators and you don't know how to stick it up there. These Harry Potter magnets work nicely. Next up, we start with the comic books for this week. And Marvel brings us issue 1 of Age of X-Men Alpha. And then next up, we have also from Marvel, Age of X-Men Next Gen, number 1. And then next up from Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man, issue 15. Obviously, that's got to be in our top 5 best covers of the month. That's just a gorgeous Spidey. We also carry the cereal-eating, although that's not cereal, Green Goblin variant. We do have that. Then next up from Dark Horse Comics, issue 2 of the highly anticipated Avatar Susei's Path. And beautiful variant on that as well. Nicely done by Dark Horse. Really, really cool. And then next up, because we don't really see hardly any Avengers titles from Marvel, we have a new Avengers title called Avengers No Road Home from them. That is issue 1. And a gorgeous, gorgeous variant cover in our top 5 covers of the week. Variant cover for Avengers No Road Home, issue 1. Next up from DC, issue 3 of the Batman Who Laughs. And obviously, one of the stiff runner-up for the cover of the week, but didn't quite get there this week, was the Batman Who Laughs number 3 variant cover. Gorgeous, well done, just not quite there. Gonna work a little harder, guys. Okay, then next up from Dynamite, we have Betty Page, issue 2. And could have been in the top 5. We felt it was a little too dirty, so we didn't want to put it in the top 5. Next up from wow. Next up from Image Press, we have Blackbird, issue 5. And then from Boombox, issue 8 of By Night. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 2 of Captain Marvel. And what could have been in our top 5 covers, but it just wasn't, was the Captain Marvel movie variant. Sorry, we wanted to get it there, couldn't quite fit in the top 5. We got to limit it to just 5 comics. Okay, next up from Image, Ed Brubaker's Criminal, issue 2. If you know Ed Brubaker, there's tough, gritty crime drama, I'm sure. Then from Aftershock Comics, Colin Bunn's really good book, Dark Ark, and that is issue 14. Also from Aftershock Comics, Steve Orlando's Dead Kings, issue 3, both good books. Marvel is up next with issue 4 of Dead Man Logan. It's kind of hyping us, getting us ready for Dead Man Quill coming up later. Then from DC, we have Batman Detective 998. I don't think I need to tell you anything more than that. Issue 998 of Batman Detective. And then the gorgeous variant cover, which we always carry and we always show. Well done, DC. Next up, also from DC, issue 4 of Electric Warriors. And that's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Next up, also from DC, issue 64 of The Flash. And as always, the Flash variants are gorgeous and shown at Fox's. Next up from Image Publishing, issue 11 of Gideon Falls. Those of you that haven't been reading this, you're way behind the curve and the rest of us are laughing at you. So you need to come in and get Gideon Falls. and enjoy that comic book. It has been very, very solid. Then from Boom Studios, we have issue 17 of Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers. And one of the variant covers that's available for that, as is this variant cover that's also available for that. It also made our top 5 covers of the week, which again you might ask why that and not Captain Marvel, because we said so. All right, and then next up from Amigo, we have God of Bad Men, #1. And it ominously says, "Your God hates you." I don't believe that to be true, but that's what this gentleman says. Colleen Douglas, I guess a woman says that. And that's Colleen Douglas's variant cover for God of Bad Men, #1. Looks quite intriguing. We'll have to give that a pander. Next up from Vertigo, we have issue 3 of Goddess Mode. I think Mrs. Fox lives in that mode her entire life. Next up from DC, we have issue 9 of Hawkman. And beautiful, beautiful variant cover for Hawkman. Made it into the top 5 covers of the week, but not good enough to be #1. No, sorry. Even as good as it is, no, it's not happening. Then next up, we have from Image, kind of an ominous, uneasy feeling for Mr. Fox. It is Hit Girl in a new run, Hit Girl in Hollywood, issue 1, by Kevin Smith. And I'm going to withhold judgment until I read it, and I will read it, and then I'll let you know what we think of Kevin Smith's writing on Hit Girl in Hollywood #1. And then that's the variant cover right there. Kind of cute. Next up from DC Vertigo, we have House of Whispers, issue 6. Then from Marvel, Ironheart, issue 3. Dynamite Publishing brings us issue 6 of James Bond Origin. DC brings us Justice League Dark, issue 8. And they're apparently all covered in butter, or maybe just Mr. Fox is missing dinner right now, so he's really hungry. Then the beautiful, as always, we show the variant covers for Justice League Dark, and that's what it looks like. Next up from Image Publishing, we have Steve Niles' work on Kick-Ass, and that is issue 12. And then from Aftershock Comics, which have really started taking off and doing well, we have issue 3 of The Last Space Race, kind of a nice, interesting story. Valiant is up next with issue 3 of Live Wire. And that's the pre-order bundle. So if you've got this on your pull list, that's the cover you get. And if you don't have this on your pull list, that's the cover you get. The pre-order bundle does have additional pages of content at the same price. So it's always good. Then next up we have from Image Publishing, Mark Millar's Magic Order, issue 6. And ironically says Fight Like a Girl, which we had to fight like a girl to get Mark Millar to write more than 6 comics in one run, because once he gets to a trade paper, he normally ends that story right there. But we're glad he's staying with Magic Order. It's been very sassy. Then next up from Marvel, we have issue 5 of Marvel Knights, which is a reorder. And then obviously we have the issue 6 of Marvel Knights that arrives this week. Thought we would show you both of those. Also from Marvel, issue 1 of Marvel Tales featuring Black Widow. And then we have book 1, and I believe this is going to be a 4-shot, very thick. It's about the size of about 4 comics. It's called Marvel's Annotated. And that is book 1 out of a 4-shot series. And as you can see, just a gorgeous variant cover on that. Did make the top 5, but did not get cover of the week. No. Then next up from Marvel, we have issue 8 of Mr. and Mrs. X. Also from Marvel, we have issue 38 of Miss Marvel. in her horribly drawn, misproportionate arms and hands. We're not sure what that's about, but it's upsetting to us. And then next up from Image, we have issue 5 of Murder Falcon. A lot of people asked if that's Mr. Fox rocking on the front of the cover. Yes, it is. Then next up from Image also, we have issue 12 of Robert Kirkman's Oblivion Song. Really, really rounding out to be a good run for that. Then also from Image, kind of our Image outing here, we have issue 4 of Outer Darkness. Marvel is up next with issue 8 of The Punisher. Then DC is up next with issue 31 of Red Hood Outlaw. And as always, we show the variant cover. Marvel is up next with issue 18 of Runaways. I think there's a few of them in Mr. Fox's trunk. And then we have the Savage Sword of Conan issue 1 from Marvel. And then the variant cover for Savage Sword of Conan as well. And then from DC Comics, we have issue 34 of Scooby Apocalypse. Marvel brings us issue 5 of Shatterstar. Image Publishing is up next with issue 3 out of 4 of Spawn Kills Everyone 2. And I don't know what this image is supposed to be, but it seems very familiar to me. And then that's the beautiful black and white variant cover for Spawn Kills Everyone 2. Then next up from Marvel, we have Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, issue 5. And kind of a troubling variant cover on that. Also from Marvel, we have issue 46 of Spider-Man Deadpool to kind of clear up all the unanswered questions from issue 45. Also from Marvel, we have Star Wars Age of the Republic Count Dooku, issue 1. Knock, knock. Who's there? Dooku. All right. And then next up from Marvel, we have issue 4 of Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet. Then from DC, we have issue 27 of Supergirl. Fantastic looking book. And obviously we show the variant. She did make our top 5. You can't blame her for making the top 5. Look at that. That's a gorgeous cover. It says Supergirl when you look at it, doesn't it? She looks like a Supergirl. Next up, also from DC and Brian Michael Bendis, we have issue 8 of Superman, and it looks like John Kent is returning. So that looks like something to be excited about. And there's the Superman issue 8 variant cover. Did not make the top 5. And then from Marvel, speaking of not making the top 5 covers of the week, we have Marvel's poorly drawn Thor issue 10. Good story with Jason Aaron writing it. Just apparently he owes Marvel a lot of money and they won't give him a decent artist. So you get that crud for your art. Okay. And then next up from DC, we have issue 34 of Titans. Looks like they're unleashing Beast Boy. And then the variant cover for Titans, issue 34. Then from IDW, issue 91 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ongoing. Then next up from Dynamite, we have the Vampirilla Valentine's Day special. And we put her in the top 5 covers of the week, mainly because of the side boob. So yeah, we're that easily swayed at Fox's. A little side cheek, side boob, you're in the top 5 covers. Next up from Image, we have issue 4 of The Warning. Then from Dark Horse Publishing, we have William Gibson's Alien 3, issue 4. Marvel brings us issue 3 of Winter Soldier. One that was close to being cover of the week and then ended up falling out of the running altogether and wasn't even in the top 5 was DC Wonder Twins, issue 1. Close, but no cigar. It's getting hard to tell what is cover of the week if all these aren't. Up next from DC, issue 64 of Wonder Woman, Monsters in the Basement. Sounds like Mr. Fox's house, but I believe that's Teamsters in the Basement. And then we have, surprise, surprise, cover of the week, the prestigious award. So this artist will be receiving a package from Fox Comics, pursuant to all the gifts we normally give for cover of the week. Wonder Woman 64 variant cover. If some of you are out there are probably artists wanting to be comic book artists, you can look at that cover and that's really what you're aiming at right there, because that's just perfection. And our last comic of the week from Scout Comics is a question that we ask every time it comes in. Issue 7 of Zinnober. And I believe this is over. So we're going to invite you to come into Fox's on Wednesday, February 13th and buy a bunch of these comics. Thanks so much.